Okay, so we have a couple of quick things to finish up chapter 6 here. We were talking about the op-amp circuits that had capacitors in them. As you can see from the notes here and the solution, the output is going to be the derivative of the input, which means this is going to be called the differentiator circuit. And so I wanted to go ahead and derive the formula here. As we usually handle op-amp circuits, we're going to start with node voltage at the negative terminal, and we know that since this is ground, this is 0 volts, that means this is 0 volts. So if I want to find the current going up here, it would be 0 volts minus the output V0 over R. That's the easy part, right? However, we also need this current going left out of the terminal. I cannot use the V minus V over R because it's based on Ohm's law and I have a capacitor, not Ohm's law. So this is going to be the current that's going through the capacitor. The only thing is, if you look at my diagram here and I put IC, it's the opposite of that. So really, I'll put a negative IC there. Okay, so that's our node voltage equation. Now we have to remember that the current through a capacitor is the same as C dVC dt, where Vc is the voltage across the capacitor. And then we look at our circuit over here and we want to figure out what is this voltage across the capacitor. Well, the positive node is Vi and the negative node is 0, so that means Vc is Vi minus 0, or Vc is Vi, and so that means the derivative of Vc is the same as the derivative of Vi. And so then we move some things around and we get V0 equals negative RC dVi dt. And so that shows you that this circuit is the differentiator circuit. And if you have a problem in, say, the book or anywhere else, and you have a circuit that looks like this, where the capacitor is on the input and you have a feedback resistor, you can just use this formula to find the output voltage. As an example here, if Vin is, say, 5 cosine 100t, and our resistor is a, I don't know, 1 kilo ohm, and my capacitor is 5 millifarads, then that means my V out would be negative R times C times the derivative of the input. And so let's see here, 1 kilo, 5 milli is negative 5, times 5 is 25, times the derivative of that with the chain rule, it's going to be 2500. Now we have a negative here and another negative from the chain rule, so we become positive sine of 100t volts. And so that would give you the output voltage on that basic circuit.